Welcome to my quick and easy guide on how to tape a finger. This video will go through one of the many different techniques used to help stabilise a finger joint using athletic tape. At the end, I'll cover the anatomy surrounding the area and what a sprain actually is. So first off, remember price. Protection, rest, ice, compression and elevation. If your finger is significantly damaged or you think you've broken a bone, it's best to stop playing a sport and get checked by a doctor. This taping technique is used to support a sprained finger from all sides with minimal effect on its movement. It can also be used as a preventative measure to stop you from injuring your finger. For this example, I'll be using an index finger. You start off by making two anchors around the joints. One proximal towards the base of the hand, one more distal. So this is a strapping technique in and of itself. You can use this just as a quick one if you're bouldering, playing basketball, football, whatever. For a bit more support, add a strip diagonally across the top of the joint in both directions, and two further strips along the joint, each time connecting them back up to the anchors that we placed originally. Afterwards, you want to turn the palm over and put a final strip down the length of the joint with the index slightly bent. You want to make sure it's slightly bent, otherwise it will pull on the finger when you try to bend it later. So flipping the hand back over, you want to go back to the original two anchors and retape over them. This is just to secure the other straps that you put in place. And there you have a nicely taped finger joint covering from all sides but still maintaining a good level of flexibility. Each of the four fingers are comprised of three small bones known as the phalanges. These small bones join to each other at the interphalangeal or IP joints and to the bones of the palm known as the metacarpals at the metacarpal phalangeal joints, or MCP for short. Each of these joints are comprised of strong connective tissue wrapping around the bony ends and cartilage which lies between the joint surfaces, cushioning the impact of one bone on another during activity. A sprain is a stretching or tearing of a ligament. The finger has a number of ligaments which connect the phalanges. The ligaments at the side of the IP joints are called the collateral ligaments, and these are injured by a sideways type force, bending the finger laterally or sideways. The thick volar plate is a kind of ligament which sits underneath the middle finger joint. A finger sprain can also occur through hyperextension or bending back of a finger joint.